All right, look who I found.
What up?
We just had a good laugh going through security. We're not necessarily dressed for super cold weather.
It's warm
And
in the sun.
last night we were trying to figure it out. We were looking at weather maps and everything else. And we were like,
It looks warm during the day, like 15 degrees Celsius, you know? Up in the mountains, maybe minus 20, but we'll see.
probably not prepared whatsoever for the weather. We have no idea what's going to happen. So, but we made it through security, which is always good. And we're here on the right day at the right time, which is also always good. So, yes, Brothers Berger trip is back in action.
That's right, we're on our way.
So stay tuned. We're traveling till the 13th, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, and who knows what in between. David has assumed the position of sleeping ballerina. Alright, so we're chilling here in Istanbul, and we're getting some interesting signals. So when we went through security in Copenhagen, the guy had to check if Americans could actually go without a visa.
It was pretty funny. He was like, we don't really get a lot of Americans coming through here.
Going to Kyrgyzstan.
Yeah.
So we had that, and then, or not, Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
And then I just got an email back. I'd emailed this, this guy off of Instagram who does tours and has like a good Instagram out of Kyrgyzstan, and obviously does some tours, and have been really struggling to kind of get a hold of their guys to try and figure out if it made sense to do like a multi-day with him. And he just emailed back, still waiting for the agenda. He's like, so why did you decide to come to Kyrgyzstan in April? Just curious. No agenda yet, but yeah, so maybe April was a bad decision. Alrighty, we made it. We are officially in Kazakhstan for a stop. Buying balloons. No, buying SIM cards at a little place, and then we will head on in and check out the city. Where are we, bro?
We made it to Almaty.
Hello, Kazakhstan. That was very, very easy.
Super easy.
So we've got the SIM card. Now we will grab a Uber, Yanduber. Apparently Uber got kicked out. As they do, apparently. So, and then into the hostel-ish thingy. So I guess time to go check things out. Alrighty, so we are out. It's a nice, cozy little airport. Not bad at all. So we will get our Uber, and it'll be good. You can just see the tip of the mountains. Boy, there's a big old mountain range out there. Oh, it's gorgeous, morning light. Boy, they're big. Alrighty, so now to settle in a little bit. Nice little hostel. Booked a little private room and early check-in because it's 7 a.m. So we'll take a little nap. How much was that taxi for that 30-minute drive in?
$1,400.
It was $4 with the tip.
Yeah.
Is my driving better or worse?
A little better.
Dude was a little aggressive.
A little aggressive.
But
6:30 morning rush, you know.
it was great. Alrighty, we are here. We had a little nap. Now starting to wander. It's definitely that like intense architecture. So we're hunting for Big Monument and the Bazaar. And just walking the streets. A lot of people out. It's really nice today. Alright, well, we've got a cool music hall behind us. It's rather intense looking. But the weather's beautiful. And then we realized why people kept asking and being surprised about our timing. And that is that, well, Kazakhstan is a little bit more of a split, so it's a little bit better. Kyrgyzstan is 90% Muslim. What?
We're in Kazakhstan.
Yeah, Kazakhstan has fewer Muslims.
I don't think so. I think it's 90.
No. Kyrgyzstan is 90-10. So that's why he was coming back and being like, why are you guys coming when everything's shut down and you can't eat during the day or drink during the day? So let's see how that works out. So far, it doesn't look like it'll be a problem. But
It's probably smooth. So
we thought, oh, we'll leave Europe so we're not impacted by Easter. Quite cool. We're assuming that this is the Opera House because you also have like a bunch of signs there. Such an interesting building. Whoa, what a monument. This is to apparently World War II soldiers. Intense. So it's actually a bit of both. This one's 41 to 45. And the monument in the middle has 600,000 being commemorated. 1917 to 1920. Alrighty, that's pretty. Big old church sandwiched here in the park. Oh man. A little ill-advised. It's hilarious. We were just in. Didn't want to disturb things. Wildly ornate Orthodox church. A lot of beautiful art. 1907, you said?
1907 concert.
Yeah. Beautiful.
I think it's liver.
It is liver, right? Mm-hmm. Yep. So first meal, we wandered around, found a green bazaar. Little canteen here. All right, time to give that a go. All right, cruising along a boulevard. Quite a bit nicer. There's a busker that we just passed. A lot of people out digesting our liver pilaf. Alrighty, we're cruising up to the mountains. Check them out, try and catch the cable cars for sunset as well. And thought I was going to give you a view of the mountains. But, yeah, just cruising through these back streets. It's fun. And massive mountains, boy, it just comes right off the plains and just skyrockets up. Alrighty, we're getting closer, closer, closer. It's lovely. We've got some weather that'll come in later in the week, so we figured better to come even though we're a little bit tired right now. And try and catch it while we could. Alrighty, $4 taxi dropped us off. 30-minute ride. It's amazing. So we're gonna go up there, see when this stops, comes down, and see if I can snap a couple photos. Tragedy has struck. It closes at 6, but they stop going up at 5, not 10, like the guy thought. So we won't be able to go up, which is a shame. Cool light here in the valley though. After our heroic ascent, now we're defeated on the bus. We but for 150 tenge, which is 30 cents. Have to figure that out. We're taking the bus down because we couldn't get a cab. And so it's beautiful, and then we'll find a cab somewhere for more sunset adventures. But nice. That was easy. So we failed at sunset and have given up and are now chasing food. We went to a second location after taking a very crowded city bus, which was a fun adventure. And cool. It was actually a fun adventure.
It was fun.
And then we checked on this other hill, and unfortunately it has a view out over the city. And the funicular doesn't go. You need a bus and various other issues.
And it's super hazy.
Yeah. So we have decided we will go and eat instead because food is good. Alrighty, it's day 2. We did not see the sunrise. I haven't been feeling very good.
No, I've been having a little bit of back myself. So it's a nice, quiet day in the city.
Yeah, so we've canceled the trip that we were going to do and then are taking it easy and slow.
Mm-hmm.
And figure out if I had something funny food-wise, or it was a little bit of anxiety, or what it was. So we'll figure that out and wander around a little bit and get some sun.
Yeah,
And
nice day.
yeah, and explore the city a little bit more, and just play it by ear and take it slow, which we should be rather jet lagged still, so fair enough. Cool fountain, turned off for winter, but interesting. We thought it was Zodiac, but maybe not with the snail and the horses and whatnot. Interesting. Starbucks almost looks like a large corporate headquarters, doesn't it? That is a ridiculous building. Just a little shop in there, I'm sure, but still funny. Cool mural. Kazakhstan, of course, is where you have the rocket launches, and has been the big spaceport for many, many years. But that's in a very different part, far, far away in the southwest. Cool buildings, these great big boulevards with these old trees. They're pretty charming. No, they're beautiful with the trees. So we've noticed a lot of the buildings have these placards on them, which I guess are probably people of note that live there. A lot of artists, it looks like, and various other groups. I don't know. We'll have to learn more about that. If you know, let us know. It's quite cool. They're all over the place on a lot of these residential buildings. Very cool building. I settled on this hill a little quirkily. Then you've got some nice stuff going up too. Just this big, big, grand architecture. Well, we found a little slice of Paris. Right across from some language schools, and then the business school. It's fun. David saw some great fresh oranges, so he's popped in to grab those. A little bite to eat. I am still eating slowly. Alrighty, I'm still nursing my food poisoning or whatever it is, but we figured this was pretty safe. So
Up we go
Going
into the
in.
wild blue yonder.
up of the mountain, I thought this was going to take off a little bit faster, be a little bit more dramatic. There we go. There we go.
I feel like I'm facing the wrong way.
I think you should probably come to this side.
Ah.
On our VIP gondola. Doesn't this take you back to China?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Minus the scrambling down the mountain in the night.
I know we've very carefully confirmed that we will not get stuck on top of the mountain.
They're not going to leave us up there.
And yeah, so that's good. And yeah, playing it safe, playing it careful. I guess it'll get more exciting when we get higher up. Not that this isn't exciting, but
We're gonna find out.
more dramatic. So there's the ice rink from 1972 we stood in front of yesterday during our failed attempt to summit the ski slopes. Still going, it's cool. A nice little drop off of here. Ooh. Looks like it was an old dam. Check out that. Reservoir towers on that side of it. Oh, that's so cool. Totally drained out now. Huh. Up, up, up. Just taking you along with us as we go. This is a long cable car series, which is really cool. And then I guess we'll transfer and then head up that, like, up over here. And yeah, because this was kind of spur of the moment. Again, we didn't bring our heavy jackets. So let's see how cool it is up there. I'm gonna guess this is probably not the best skiing conditions, but it's very nice for us. Halfway there? No, 2/3 of the way there. One more up to the top. It is gorgeous up here. Alrighty, we made it to the top. Almaty's down there. Last throes of ice and snow. See the glacial cap slightly exposed there. Kind of interesting. Unfortunately, this all closes, so we can't stay after sunset, but we can still poke around a little bit. There's so much weirdness going on. You've got mostly naked dude there. You can pay to have a drone selfie here, or you can do a slow motion video here. Oh shit. So, guess that didn't turn out okay. Oh, rooftop coffee. That is rugged. $3,200 some odd meters. It's so warm. It's totally t-shirt weather. Seeing the glacier exposed like that. Yikes. How's it feel to be a gangster?
Something side. Whatever side of the mountain we're on.
All good adventures must come to an end. So, begin the long journey back down into, well, that looks very smoggy. But air quality doesn't feel like that smog, so I wonder if some of it is humidity and some of it's pollution. Also learned that this is the highest, Guinness World Record highest night ski in the world as of this year. I guess that's what happened when they burned down the main place, partied a little too hard at night. Yeah, now we head down. Beautiful slopes, oops. So David found this place, which is super cool traditional Kazakh food, highly rated, and amazing build out in these restaurants. So we're gonna try it, and looks good. I'm hoping I'm able to eat everything as the first kind of proper meal. So let's see. It's nice because they have an English menu, but reading through this menu, no idea what lagman is. Oops, switched. No idea what manti is. No idea what beshbar marak is. Now know what pilaf is. So, going to give it a go, and yeah, it's quite fun. Oh, I love discovering new foods. It's a nice menu, interesting mix. Lamb soup, vegetables, herbs. Alrighty, bro. What did you get?
Hand skiing pilaf.
That looks good. We had some great dolmos. And then I ordered the beshbar mac from horse, which some of you will hate me for. I'm sorry. But when in Rome, had to do as the Romans do. And so I am curious. All right, so the question is, was this one building that they've randomly decided to punch holes out of? Or was it 3 buildings built at the same time that they decided to connect with causeways and turn into added space? It's right next to this building, which is a very nice building. Interesting. All right, next, blah, 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 blah. I can't even speak.
Well done. Next stop, Nandu's.
Next stop is Nandu's Chicken. So yeah, you just said that. I think we need breakfast. So the first part has arrived at mine, and the second part has arrived at David's. Looks good though.
Yeah, it's nice. Noodles.
Yeah, a little Korean.
Little ramen.
Ramen. This architecture is fascinating, but it really is unfortunate. And just a lot of these buildings. And it's just, I mean, but this is what I mean about like the city really kind of changing a lot. Because you got the banks and stuff like that right next to it. Cleaning it up. Not that that one's in great shape, but it's pretty decent building all in all. Super interesting. So restaurant where we ate last night, and then above it, all of these are actually patios that they enclose in, but it gives the buildings such a, I don't know, like a stacked trailer park look. Such an interesting approach. And then you can see where they haven't closed it in and maybe what the building would actually look like. Boy, some of these hotels, I'm guessing it's a hotel. It's the Grand Sapphire. Interesting. A lot of people out. It's really nice. Everybody walking, cruising. Refueled. We've made our way back down here to the church in the square. Slowly wandering to see if the Green Bazaar is open. So one of the things that we've noticed that's been really cool is it's very much a high trust society, or at least it feels that way. You can always check based on what people are doing with their jackets when they're coming into a restaurant, or when they get up at a cafe and that side of it. And it's been really interesting and nice to see. Like, we were just at the Korean place.
Yeah.
And even though it was fast food takeaway-ish, everybody had their jacket at a coat rack set up in the middle. Rack. And one gal, we were sitting out on the street, just kind of got up, and her purse was sitting right there. Yep. So, yeah, and super safe, just kind of walking around with the gear and that side of it. And a lot of people, even at night. I mean, that architecture is a little intense in the evening for us, but as soon as you kind of walk a little bit and see everybody's out and all the grandmas and everybody else, so pretty nice. And yeah, just very low-key and nice. All right, we've made it to the Green Bazaar, so I'm gonna wander around here, check it out a little bit. This is just the outside ring. Headed downstairs, and we got spices, we got squash, dates, figs. Just grabbing some bread, right? Looks really, really good. Oh, looks amazing. You have amazing looking produce. I mean, garlic that looks like that. And then this candy shop. Tell me that's not the coolest candy shop. Amazing. Oh wow, this is cool. All the pickled goods are right underneath me. Can definitely smell that. Wandering around, exploring. God, I love markets like this. So these are all sorts of cool mixtures that they're making into what looks like sushi rolls, I guess. I have no idea. And then the butchers. We got our goat heads and tones. We got the most authentic butcher's block I've ever seen. Oh, I love this. Not sure what we stumbled onto. Alrighty, we came back to the same place to try different dishes because it was so good last night. And yeah, that looks great. Plus some tea. I'm so curious. That looks so good. Alrighty, so mine just arrived. And it is a mixture of liver and potatoes. That's liver. Oh, stop switching. And beef. It's quite good. The liver makes it really an intense flavor. So one of the cool things that we've noticed all over Almaty that beats Denmark hands down is the handicap accessibility. You have it all over the place on any type of public buildings. You have restaurants, you name it. Really impressive. Alrighty, we are hobbling our way down to
Got the hobble. Look at this.
the market. So I have, over the last couple days, had a rather upset stomach. I have a rather tender stomach to begin with.
It is quite tender.
So we've been kind of navigating that a little bit, but now David's back. Well,
Yeah, it's a little unhappy, have to say. Not too bad, walking around, moving around, easy up and down, but nothing adventurous. I think the mountain was maybe the most adventurous we're going to get for this leg in Kazakhstan. And then when we go to Kyrgyzstan, we'll have a four-wheel drive. It'll be a lot easier to get up to places, but it doesn't look like I'll be hiking.
yeah, we've been taking it easy. I mean, you had your 2 back surgeries
Yeah,
5 months ago.
5 months, yeah, November.
So
And there's been a lot of travel in between, so trips to Norway and to Thailand, and then out to Rwanda and Uganda and back. And then after this trip, I have to be fit and ready to go to New York. So we've just got to take it easy.
yeah, so we've been focusing very much on the city, doing more of the city than we would normally do, which has also been good because we've gotten to see a lot of the parts of the city that we wouldn't normally see. And yeah, we'll just take it very slow, very easy, and yeah, limping, limping and doing a careful walk and gut protective approach while still eating everything. And
Everything.
yeah, and then hopefully in Kyrgyzstan we've got a car rented. Hopefully rented, let's see. And then the idea is to drive and explore a little bit there at our own pace in our own way, which is much more comfortable than a tour or something like that.
Nobody pushing us.
Yeah, so
Just
take it easy.
time.
Yeah, so that is why we've gotten a heavy dose of Almaty. Alrighty, so we just hit the biggest pharmacy I think I've ever seen.
Yeah,
You
it's
got
huge.
your back brace.
Yep.
One of the things that's I've noticed over the years is that if you ever need to find somebody that speaks English, pharmacies are always the best bet because there's pharmacists and young people. But pharmacists in particular almost always speak English to some degree. So always actually a really nice kind of backup
Yeah.
if you ever almost walked into a ditch. So we're geared up and now cruising. How you feeling?
Feeling better? Yeah, good to have that little back brace, security. Makes it a little easier to walk along.
Yeah. So now we're gonna go find some irresponsible food to eat,
Yeah,
right? Green Bazaar maybe, we're thinking.
definitely.
Be good. Alrighty, so we came back to the Green Bazaar, which is just right out here, and then hopped into the little cafe. And I've got one of these. I think I'll probably order some more. And then we ordered some Lagman. So great little place. And David's doing some reading. Okay, and the Lagman just arrived. Oh, that looks good. A little bit of cabbage, almost like kimchi with noodles. What's the verdict? So this was a little place we just ate. And then here in the market. All right, we just had a $1.29 taxi ride, which took us a mile and a half, 2 miles, thereabouts, because we picked some stuff up. The price of gas is so crazy cheap here that the taxis or the Ubers are unreal. $1.29. It's what, $8 to even get in a taxi in Copenhagen. Alrighty, we stocked up. Not only did he get a great back brace, but got only the sexiest heating pad. Wiggle, 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 wiggle with it. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
It ties on so you don't lose it while you roll around, huh?
You just can't get too far away or the cord goes away.
No, the cord comes out the wrong side.
So we're just at a different place, and the build out on these places is absolutely wild. So interesting. Okay, so that's what I had last night, which was apparently not just liver, but also long heart kidney. It explains why the flavor was so intense. But it was tasty. It was just very intense. It's quite a delicious looking tea. Give it a stir. Okay, that was more of a spill than a stir. Looks good though. This was a sweet tea, right? All right, so these are tasty. A little bit of meat in there. And that's a no. All right, different place, so I had to try this again. And it came with the soup, the broth that it was cooked in as well this time. So, looks yummy. So this is a challenge that you always run into, where you don't know if it's a soup or if it's a broth that you should add on, or I forget what country I was in, but I got a little side bowl and it was actually just to clean my chopsticks when I was sitting there drinking it. So one of the interesting things is when we first arrived, we thought it was because of Ramadan that things were really quiet. But really it was just, of course, that it was a Monday evening and we were a little, well, not we, I was a little thick. But yeah.
A little thick.
Thank you. Jackass.
Peanut gallery.
But no, like the infrastructure is fantastic down here. So just out for a walk. It's what, 8 o'clock? 9 o'clock? Still a lot of people out. There's a ton of bars and things like that. So yeah, well, it's cozy. A lot of fountains and just so much great public spaces. They've been going around cleaning the benches, painting the benches, things like this, which it's going to be a really cool fountain once they turn it back on for summer. I suspect in another week or two. Everything's super nicely well lit. A lot of people just out sitting. You feel really safe walking around. It's cool. With the car. One of the things that's interesting is you have a ton of green buildings all over the city, which just feels pretty abnormal. And I guess it's tied to national colors, or maybe there's some other meaning, but quirky. But you have like a giant green, candy bar here in the middle of the city at night. Interesting. Pretty interesting. They've had a huge issue here with the crypto mining boom, especially because they have cheap energy, very cheap energy, but threaten the power grid. But you have crypto hotel accommodation, you have Cointech mining facility here, a lot spread out throughout the city. So you can see that there's definitely a big crypto infrastructure that's kind of spread over here. And they've been trying to figure out what to do with it, like a lot of places, as far as power balance and consumption and that side of it. And especially now that the crypto market has kind of done what it's done. So one of the questions that, and I know I mention this fairly often, but I get questions about it a lot, is kind of how are we so comfortable wandering around not speaking any Russian or Kazakh? And the reason is that as long as we get a data SIM card, which costs us $11, I think, for 13 gigs of data, and have Google Translate with downloaded languages as well as non-downloaded languages capabilities, and then some cached maps and access to Google Maps, we can basically go anywhere, navigate anywhere, book on the go, figure out where exactly we are in the town, where we're going, manage and make sure that our taxis and things like that are doing what we want. And we can also use the translate functionality and the visual optical find and replace to really make it easy to explore and engage with stuff. So it's this amazing thing that 5 years ago wasn't really possible, that has completely opened up all these areas. Alrighty, so David set it to Russian to English, and then go into camera. Then you have the optical. And let's see if it works. All right, driving school, right? Pectane driving school. So doing that, and then auto school in the lower right through the Instagram, you can see there. So that's a really cool, easy way that we can go around. We can read menus, we can check out different places, know kind of what we're seeing, what the buildings are, some of the monuments. It's not always super accurate, right? But it's actually not too bad, and that gives you enough where, with a little flexibility, you get an idea of what you're looking at. The other, of course, is the conversation mode, where you can set it in and then you can speak back and forth, or you can just write back and forth. which can be great. It's like the other yesterday, David was having a conversation with the taxi driver or the Uber driver, using the conversation mode, and each had their phone, and you just speak, and then it translates and says it aloud, and back and forth. So I've used it. Also, in China, it was pretty powerful. Even had a very long conversation with an old grandma who actually wasn't really comfortable typing, but was comfortable drawing characters, and it has support and capability for that. Support and capability for that. So in those ways, like, suddenly we're able to communicate, we're able to engage in a totally different way. Although I'm still waiting for the AI-powered, auto, seamless, streamlined translation earpiece. This is the Musical Instrument Museum, which had hoped to check out, but unfortunately, I think it's maybe closed, but this is cool. Okay, that was a little disappointing. That's purely art. All right, let's see if it's open. All right, oops. Can't walk. We're gonna go grab a bite to eat. We're gonna go revisit that little cafe because there was some manti that I had a little bit of. But I am a huge dumpling fan.
Dumpling!
In any form, shape, or...
Who doesn't love a good dumpling?
That's been the theme of the last few days for me. You're all welcome for that one.
And that's stand-up comedy.
So yeah, we're gonna do that, and then afterwards, after we've had our dumplings, we'll go back to the Musical Instrument Museum and hopefully not add our own percussion. Alrighty, we're back to the place we ate yesterday, but we came back for more Almaty. And it's packed. These are really yummy. They've got pumpkin in there with meat. It makes it super tasty. How cool is this? It's nice. Local QR codes. It's even in English. There's a UNESCO site outside of the city by quite a while. That dates back to 4,000 years. These are cool. Look at the artistry on some of these. Braid work on the outside of the drum. I'm not sure what these are. I think they're like staves with rattles on the tip here. Oh, that's cool. These are like Monty Python, except for hooves instead of coconuts. So cool. Look at these. These are huge.
Wood leather horses hair.
With a string on top of it as well. What? Detail work. And you have everything hanging in here. Like little mirrors. Look at this one. How's that for a head? It's a beautiful museum. Done a really nice job. That's pretty cool, with vertebrae used in there. I think I'm gonna have to look up and try and find some of the music with some of these instruments. You look at them and it's just, has to be completely different sounds, right? Than we're even used to. I mean, look at the size of that guy. Don't even know what that's for. Alrighty, it is, oh my gosh, there we go. It is time to head to Bishkek. Little taxi ride out here, which was kind of eventful, but gosh, the app works well and makes life easy, which means I haven't fought with any of the Uber drivers or taxi drivers, which makes me so happy. So now we just need to get checked in, drop our bags, and then ridiculously quick flight to Bishkek, and then yeah, get grounded, get to the hotel, and we pick up the car tomorrow early morning, or it gets dropped off. Interesting process for booking, and then yeah, new country, new adventure, new expectations to navigate. Okay, Instagram survey. One of us thinks this is going to end very badly. The other of us thinks that it's totally okay mixing coffee and ice cream before the flight. What do y'all say? So they're building a new terminal. I'm not really sure where the gates are. Boarding gate, okay, 1 or 2. This is the smallest international terminal I've been in a long time. Super cozy. Wow. Back out this way, the way we came. It should be okay. And then I can keep to the left, bro. Oh, it's amazing driving up here. Just have horse herd everywhere. Hey guys, how's that your little baby? Hi, you're cute.